Hey everyone, it's Jen Steele. I want to welcome you here today. Um, I have my cats joining me because they refuse to stay outside of my room. So they might be popping in and out of the screen, but most people don't mind that at all. They're fun to have around. You're welcome to have your little fur babies join you as well. So, for those of you who may be new to me, um, this is one of the yoga spaces that I practice in. Um, it's actually my bedroom. So I have to remove my bed when I want to record, which is why sometimes it takes me a few days to pop in a recording, but no worries. For those of you who are involved, who have joined my private Facebook group Beyond the Poses, um, you might have seen me say that beginning in January, I'm going to start doing some live classes. And what those look like might change for right now. I'm sort of formulating what I think I might want to do. It might change a little bit, but I will certainly let you guys know specifically before they start what they're going to look like. And what I'd really like to do is not only encourage you to ask questions and participate, in the group, get to know some of the members there. There's just some really great people here who are joining for so many different reasons, but a lot of you have similarities I'm finding, and I'm hoping that you guys can sort of find each other through conversations. So today, what I thought would be really well, it's fun for me. It's not going to be necessarily a class, but it's we're doing yoga at home, right? You can't come to my class. I'm located in Connecticut, actually, for those of you who want to know, southeastern Connecticut. So you might have heard of a little town called Mystic Pizza, very close to where that town is, so near the shoreline. um, so the reality is we have to design a space for ourselves in our homes or wherever. Maybe you're still going to the office and you have office space to bring your mat to work, um, okay, now my cats are fighting. I'm sorry, I might have to separate them in a moment. So you'll see that I have some stuff over here, and I want to go over this stuff with you so that you can sort of begin to create a collection of things when I do start doing live classes. If you're going to join me, you want to have your kind of your stuff around. So I'm going to review that in a minute. Again, and it's probably impossible for some of you, especially if you have little kids. My three are grown. My youngest is about to turn 20 in a month. So I just dated myself there somewhat, right? But for those of you who have kids who are homeschooling right now, it may be impossible for you to do these live classes. All I will say is just do what you can, where you can. If you can dedicate a space to where your mat's just on the ground, ready to go, let your kids be involved as well. There's nothing going to be really rigorous here that's going to, require hard, rigorous effort like hardcore power yoga. I'm not going to tell you go turn up your heat and, so you create a sweat factory. This is the real deal. We are just trying to get through this difficult time, right? Each and every day, each and every hour for some of us might be really trying. So, yeah, so I want you just to do what you can, where you can. Join me when you can. I will also be recording, and so you will have access to that. I do have a YouTube channel. I just want to say that there's probably over 50 videos in there of varying degrees of difficulties, easefulness, beginners, breathing techniques, some outdoor stuff. So if you want to check that out, it's just Jen Steele Yoga on YouTube. And that's probably where I'll drop these videos in as well. Maybe I do want to do just some special videos just for those in my Facebook group. So you may not see the actual link like with my picture in the thread in the group. It might be I'll just give you the link with the passcode specific so that you can get in. But more on that later. I'll just put that in the Facebook group, and let you know what you need to do when the time comes. So, okay. First of all, it's helpful to have a mat. Even if you get a $15 mat at TJ Maxx, it creates a little bit of cushioning for your knees. If you don't have that, I mean, anything that you can find, even the Pilates mats that are super, super thick. This is, again, something I got at TJ Maxx is a great place for yoga stuff, or even any kind of exercise workout stuff if you're looking to work out more these days at home. This is really thick, and what I use this for is just for my knees, so it's an extra bit of cushioning. Okay, if you don't have something like this, I mean, see what you can come up with in your house to create a little extra support for your knees. You could also double your mat up when we use our knees. You could just double it up to create double thickness. Okay. If you don't have a mat in let's just say in your living room, and you have the luxury of having a beautiful plush nice carpet, great for your knees, right? Not so great for balance. Just going to tell you that right now. When we do things related to balance, you might want to have a space where you can plop yourself onto your tile floor, your kitchen floor, wood floor, whatever. That's just a suggestion as far as cushioning is concerned. Okay. A lot of you here are yogis already, so this may not be new to you. You may have all of your own stuff. Here we go again, the T word. I'm plugging TJ Maxx here. I should probably buy stock in TJ Maxx because that's the only retail place I like to go to. I really don't like shopping much at all, but they have a lot of the stuff that I like when it comes to exercise clothing, although not really right now, and things like this. These are blocks. Okay, they also, again, TJ Maxx, $5 to $10. I have two of them. I feel like it's useful because they can be at the lowest setting, the middle setting, as I like to call, baby bear, mama bear, papa bear, for things like just if you're in a forward fold and you've got some tight hamstrings, right? We don't want to stress ourselves out by trying to touch the floor. That's not the point, but it might be varying degrees. Today, this is where I'm at. I'm super tight. I'm not stretched out yet today. Lower setting, right? See how I'm starting to round my back? That's really no good. So we'll review that though. So bend knees, nice long back, nice long spine, and here even better for me today. Okay, so blocks. Now, if you don't have those, what else can you use? Books. Actually, people during the whole toilet paper crisis said when they had them, they used full rolls of toilet paper to prop themselves up. And I was laughing hysterically because, and you don't need to push your weight into these. So even, tissue boxes or something of that nature, boxes, I mean, anything that is about this size and somewhat sturdy will be useful for you as well. Yeah, and I won't go too deeply into that, but those are, I'm a block person. I really, really, really am all about safety and meeting your body where it's at. And it's going to be different every single day. When you work with me, I'm going to have you sit down or lay down or whatever and kind of check in so you know what kind of TLC you're going to need to give your body that day. What parts of your body are going to need a little bit more just attention and awareness so we don't overdo it. Okay, let's not use that. So if I ask you to come into a comfortable seat, for a lot of people, if you go to yoga class, people are sitting like this. Now I have to tell you, again, if you don't know me, I'm tight right now. I have more flexibility in my hips maybe than the average person. Okay. But I have my flexibility in my shoulders is not good at all. So you will see me modify so many things. And I also like to run. I like to trail running, I like to hike and things like that. So I do things, and I like to bike. So I do things that make myself tight all the time. So I'm not your typical flexible yogi. So you'll be happy to know that. You don't have to be flexible to be in my class at all. Okay. But this is not comfortable for a lot of people. And You may even find that you're someone who, if I made you sit like this, it's going to be like this, and that's not comfortable. I don't want you to be uncomfortable. It's not fun. What happens is your mind goes right to unfun. It says, this sucks. I don't want to be here. Can you please get me out of this pose? So here are your options. I personally, I do have a bolster. This guy came online. He was online, and I think it was like $15 on Yoga Outlet, possibly, I think, or Yoga Warehouse or something. Um, it's great though if you're somebody who likes to sit on the floor. I typically do not like to just sit on couches. I stare at a computer all day, and I sit on a stool. When I want to come to my meditation practice, or when I want to just sit and create intentions or whatever, I like to put this bolster underneath my butt, and it helps just elevate my seat. It helps me create a nice long spine. I'll turn myself sideways, but however, you don't have one of these. You don't have one of these. You can use these lovely blocks. You could sit on 2 blocks. You could put the 2 blocks together, right, to give yourself a little bit more space. You could just sit on one, and I'll demonstrate that in a moment. But what I see when people don't have this is I see this. There's a roundedness. There's a great deal of discomfort. There's a nodding forward of the head. Okay. We don't want any of that. Okay. We really want, because this is creating a decreased, it decreases your lung capacity for your breath. We don't, we want to breathe into our lungs as fully and completely as possible. So you can see just that little bit of elevation has created a nice little tiny curvature in my lower spine, right? I'm not forcing it. I'm not pushing it like that. I'm just settling in while I'm still lifting up. Okay. Let's just say you don't have a lovely bolster. Now you guys are all making your Christmas lists, right? Okay. Pillow, 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 1 pillow, 2 pillows. Why is my light going crazy? It's getting dark here. We'll have to finish this up pretty quick. Okay, so there you go. There you go. Beautiful. Awesome. Feels amazing. I feel comfortable. If you're still like wiggling and you're not happy, then take your whole body self to a wall and put your back up against the wall and let that wall support you. One more way to sit. You could still sit, but have your feet out in front of you. Maybe bring the soles of your feet together. Maybe take another pillow or bolster or blocks or whatever underneath, and then sit up nice and tall here. Okay. As long as you're sitting up nice and tall, I don't care what your legs look like at all. All right. There's a little bit about sitting your seat, what you can put underneath your seat. Ow. All right. And what else? Okay. Let's just very briefly, quickly. Again, I come right back down and I'm like, my lower back starts to hurt if I try to really lift up here without anything underneath my seat. So I've been doing yoga for 19 years. And I finally, after a year and a half, it might have taken me 2 years, stopped struggling. I'm like, I can do this. And it was my head talking to me, saying things to me, naughty things to me. Like I was struggling and I shouldn't have been struggling. So I have them together like this. Okay. And I can sit like that. Or I can sit with just one in between my legs. And my knees are actually under, or my shins are underneath me. I can place another one under there. So what I'd like for you to do is just explore these different options. Okay. Just explore them all. When I say, please come into a comfortable seat, you will have kind of your stuff available. And I'll remind you of what you might need when the time comes, but practice some of these strategies and just see what works for you. How long can you stay in these poses so that you go right there? Okay. And not even with me. If you feel like you've had a hard day, you want to just peace out and chill, or you want to meditate for 5 minutes, or you just want to sit and start your day with a little bit of quietness, try these strategies. Lastly, the old strap, you know what I'm going to say, right? Guess where you can find them? TJ Maxx, online, any online. You know what I'm going to say too. Amazon. I hate to keep plugging Amazon, but let me tell you what, where else are we going to go, right? All right. So straps are so useful for so many reasons. Okay. I use straps all the time, especially with shoulder stuff when I can't reach. I use a strap. Okay. Straps will help you deepen. Straps will help open shoulders, like, we'll do stuff like that. And it feels amazing, but this will allow you that sort of leverage to get to where you need to go without too much struggle. Okay, I love these. So let's just say we're sitting, and again, I'm gonna put a pillow underneath me here. Let's just say we're sitting and we want to do a little bit of a stretch for the back of our thighs. Okay, we're like, this is not happening. I cannot reach my toes. I will never be able to reach my toes. I can't today. Yeah, I can. But I feel it. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to allow myself this strap, right, to help me feel the stretch without having to touch my feet. But it's some resistance. Straps help create a little bit of resistance. Right? And maybe when we're laying down on our back, right, and we can use a strap so we don't have to touch our feet. It's not because our feet are dirty, but so these are some fun things you want to try to have around. And if you don't have one of these, what do you think you can use? What could be an option? Scarf, right? For my ladies, right? And if you happen to have men at home or boys or whatever, and they want to practice with you, totally fine. Just because this is a women's group doesn't mean that your guys can't practice yoga with you or do the live classes. So yeah, for them, it could be like a belt, right? That works just as well. What else? I think let's just use our props here for one final ending, if you will, since we didn't really move or anything. If you find that you're stressed or you had a long day and it's just you're beside yourself with how to just calm down, or you need a different perspective, or you need to just get away for 5 minutes or so, I'm going to show you what's called legs up the wall. It is extremely beneficial in so many different ways for stress reduction, for helping to keep the body like flushed of toxins, and it really helps alleviate just the stress from sitting, perhaps just the stress from if you have to stand all day, either or. Okay, and it just reduces stress in general. It also can help you improve sleep because it sort of allows you this deep sense of relaxation. Just 3 minutes a day. 3 minutes a day can make all the difference in the world for your day, believe it or not. The beginning of the day, the end of the day. So again, you can use one of your props. I'm going to use my bolster, but you could use a pillow to place underneath the base, like where above your tailbone, you called your sacrum. And you want to be about, hi kitty, about a foot away from the wall, just to allow your legs to just be there so you don't feel like you have to hold them up there. Don't bite, don't bite, don't bite. Oh no, go on. So yeah, let's just do that. And I'll bring you here and you stay there as long as you want, until we meet again. Thank you so much for joining me here though today, everyone. And namaste. So hopefully you can still see me. I'm going to put my bolster there. Okay. This way. I'll do it this way. And sometimes you just sort of have to, I'll face this way, kind of be on your pillow or whatever, right? And then scoot yourself around and then adjust it accordingly. So you can't see my feet, but I'm going to take my feet a little wider today. And I have my pillow, so I can take that pillow and just place it underneath. You know what I didn't bring? I didn't bring a blanket. We need like a small Mexican style blanket, if I can call it even that. I will bring that next time. I forgot about that totally. But anyway, because that could be used as a prop as well. You could cover yourself up right here with a blanket, get really comfortable. If you don't like the thing underneath you want to adjust it, just please do whatever feels good.
And what's happening here is when you have a bolster underneath you, your heart is just, your hips are slightly above the heart, right? So all of this blood is draining down and is allowing, like, it's every breath is sort of helping to bring that energy and awareness and the breath to the heart, to the brain. So just breathe here organically for a couple of breaths. Draw the breath in through your nose if you'd like, or in through your mouth if that's how you breathe. Don't worry about how you're breathing, really. Try to take nice, slow, deep breaths in, though, and slow, deep breaths out. And once you get a sensation about that, then just sort of start at the toes and just feel like, are your feet relaxed? Are your ankles relaxed? How about your legs? What your knees? And just breathe into each one of those body parts as you move down, like into your hips, into your belly, into your chest. Don't forget the back of your body as well. So you can do the scan the front of your body first, all the way up the throat to the face. We soften the face, perhaps close the eyes. Just feel the breath like moving, actually, if you can imagine, up to the crown of the head, right? All the way to the top. Outside the body, right? And then exhaling it back in through the body, just flushing the body again of stress, negativity, tension. You can open the mouth and let it go with the breath as well. Kitty. Allow the breath to go down through the limbs of your, the extremities, your arms, down to the fingertips. Then down the back of the body, down the back, again, the back of the waist, right? The glutes, the back of the thighs, calves, down to the heels, back into the toes. That's my cat trying to get out. Hey, come here. Just take a few more moments to feel that breath pulsing in and out of the body. Where can you soften in? Where can you do less? If it's helpful for you guys to set a timer for yourself, if you want to try to stay for 3 minutes or more, I'm going to come on down. You're welcome to stay if you'd like, but that's called legs up the wall. And again, it's extremely helpful to, at the end of the day, if you're feeling really stressed or you just need a few minutes just to restore the body before you go to bed, restore the body or rejuvenate the body before you go to work, before you put the kids, in class, whatever that looks like to you. It is dinner time for the kitties, everyone. So I am going to let you go. I hope you have a beautiful day wherever you're at, and I look forward to meeting you here again soon. Again, namaste.